Hello and welcome, I'm Logan with All Paths Taken, and this is part 21 of my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring. In this episode, we'll be venturing into the Forbidden Lands as we near our goal of burning the Erd Tree. As always, we are going for every secret, every item, and every boss. So, fellow Tarnished, rise and join me on my quest to become the true Elden Lord. So, we're starting from the East Capital Rampart. We are going to head towards the Mountaintop of Giants by taking our shortcut. We're also going to clear out one area we didn't do earlier in one of the previous episodes, simply because it was just kind of like off in its own little section. You had to do a lot of running back and forth, so I decided to just kind of put it with this section, just because it's like we're on our way there, we gotta go by this spot anyway type of deal. But we're gonna run through this little elevator over here, and we're going to take it down to one last little section of Leydnell, the royal capital. There is an ambush, as you can see. There's not too much over here. Just a couple of stones and items to grab. Like we got a golden rune. You can see some skelly man and an item over there. You can also get through this this section earlier when you're fighting the ulcerated tree spirit as well. Got a skelly man dropping down. And then over here we got a few more. Oh, alright. I guess I didn't want to do a jump attack. You right, game. You right. Alright, then this should be our last item. Yep, Stonesword Key. Oh, how could I forget about you? Alright, then over here, you can see this leads to the area where we had our ulcerated tree spirit. You can see that guy kneeling earlier from when I messed him up before. Where did you come from? But we're going to head back this way into the doorway, as we have a boatload of little knights to kill. Or little MVPs, as I like to call them. Beauty. I think there's like one or two left. Alright, let's grab the goodies they dropped us. And then we can open this chest over here as well. Boom. Stonesword Key. Here we go. Now, this just leads... I'm just going to show you this. This leads to the area next to the Avenue balcony. So we come right out here, and then up the stairs, and we are back to our Avenue balcony grace. So... I'm going to rest here because I did take a little bit of damage. But then we're going to go into our new area of the game. Actually, I'll just go this way. This way is easier. It's a straight line. So, a lot of people say the Mountaintop of Giants is where the difficulty really spikes. I mean, I kind of agree with them, as a lot of the enemies just have more health. A lot of the enemies also hit just much harder. And I think it's just because everything is gigantic in the area. So, if you're going to make enemies be massive, they kind of have to hit massive. They kind of have to have massive health bars. That's just, you know, what makes them massive, right? If I'm fighting somebody massive, I want them to not get hurt as much as somebody who is not massive. Alright, but we are going to head this direction as we have a couple of misbegotten to kill. We got a couple of dogs to kill as well. Beauty. Then we're going to head around the pillar and head this way, as there should be somebody walking around over here. Yep. Now, before we go up the stairs, we are going to clear out the rest of this side. There is a misbegotten Leonin down at the very end, but there's about 4 or 5 dogs that we want to kill before we get to him. Grab the golden rune, kill one of the last dogs. Then we got another one over here. Beauty. And then we got a couple of misbegottens over here as well. Where did you come from? I don't remember seeing you. But alright, that's fine. Just wanted to say hello and say it terribly. Alright, so once we get past this little corner over here, you can see an item. And then there's going to be a dog and the misbegotten. We kind of want to get close enough to where just one aggroes. And then we want to back away a little bit so we only have one of them to fight at a time. Because the misbegottens can be a little tough. But with this build, it's going to die very quickly. Now we got one last dog to kill, and then we can grab our item on this body, which is the perfume bottle, and then we can head back up the stairs. So when we're on the staircase, we're going to immediately take a left and get ambushed, as there's a boatload of misbegotten up there. There's also a couple of perfumers, which is kind of weird. I don't remember what the lore is behind the perfumers and how they end up helping or working with the misbegotten, but either way, it's weird that we see that type of a combo in this game, because they're a powerful combo. They're a powerful pair. We got our ambush right here. Then we're going to head this way towards an item, which is going to have a big dude right next to it. Then we get our sleep grease. We got another sleepy enemy right here as well. Ooh, iron cleaver. Thank you. Then we're going to drop down for another big boy who's just really in the middle of something important. Some life dilemmas. But we got to kill him quickly. And then grab the somber stone behind him. Then when we head up here, we will also see the rest of our enemies. And same thing. We want to alert the misbegotten first. And then we want him to come over and fight by himself. Any day now. Come on, buddy. Come on, big boy. There we go. Alright, well, that was fun. Okay, so not all of the misbegotten will attack. There are about 2 on the steps who will, and then there's a couple right there that will as well. So try to target the perfumers first, as they are going to buff them. And if we can kill the perfumers before they buff all of their allies, that makes life a lot easier for us. Alright, let's get to this point where we can fight the last of the misbegotten that want to fight. Then we'll come back for our items. Got him. Got him out of the air. Alright, so you don't need to kill those guys. Again, it is up to you if you want to. You don't get much for them, I don't think. So just grab our last 2 items, and then let's head over here for a lever. It's crazy to think how big this legacy dungeon is. This is definitely my favorite legacy dungeon. Without a doubt. Like, there's just so much cool stuff to do. And in terms of lore, it hides a boatload, which I really like. Alright, but at the top of our elevator, we have a staircase to climb up. There will be 3 enemies on the staircase. The first one is going to be right over here on the right with a crossbow. Then when we turn around, we'll see somebody with a torch pole. And then we will see a soldier as well, who is all guarding a Famedrake Talisman +1. Then we got a couple of Leydnell knights as well up here. We're going to take this dude out on the left. How are you still alive? Ow. Miss me. Alright, then we get to take out the horse. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was awesome. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. I enjoyed that. Oh wait, don't I have a Baldachin's Blessing that I forgot to use? I got both of them. Oh my god. No wonder why my health bar is so small. Where's the other one? So, these things just use poise, or they give you more poise when you use them. It is a temporary thing, obviously. It's not a permanent buff. But one is at the cost of just FP, while the other is at the cost of your FP and your HP. So, I like to get rid of them, because honestly, if you just want more poise, just wear heavier armor and you'll be fine. You don't necessarily need an item to tell you that. So, yeah. Now we're going to head towards the big elevator in the middle. And we want to make sure when we get onto the elevator that we are going to actually face west. And we're going to look down as there's a little edge or ledge that we want to fall off on so we don't have to ride the elevator up more than needed. Where is it? What? Oh, that's right. It's slightly west. Ah, no, I'm dumb. That's my fault. That's my bad. BRB, everybody. I got a long run to make. All right. So, let's do this again. Facing the west. All right, which platform is it? It's like right here. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Aha. I did it right this time. First try. First try, I mean. Definitely first try. Alright, so if you summon Melina at the boss fight, or if you've ever had seen her fight, she ends up having that Blade of Calling dagger. So we ended up basically getting her attire and her weapon. But now we want to grab this Grace, and we're actually going to ride the elevator all the way back up because we have a boss fight that we need to get as well, as it leads us to the Divine Tower. And the reason we got this first is because we wanted to make sure that we had everything we needed, or I should say, just a lot faster, honestly. Like, we had everything that we needed beforehand, but now we just have a place to warp to once we are done at the Divine Tower. It'll also be your choice if you wanted to use or get the Divine Tower now, or you can wait until later. When I ended up writing my prep, you will be, or I should say, when I was writing my prep, you will essentially only be able to get Morgott's Ruin as of right now, as we have to beat Moog, Omen of Blood, or the Lord of Blood. Oh my god, I can't talk. Moog, the Lord of Blood, in order to get his Ruin as well. So if you do end up going all the way to the top of the Divine Tower, you are welcome to do that now. But if you do go up that high, you want to make sure that you get the Grace that's at the very top of the tower. Wow, that was just devastating. You want to make sure you get the Grace that is at the top of the tower to make sure you can just come back there right after you get Moog's Great Ruin from that as well. Wow, that was flawless victory. That was exceptional. That was exceptional. That was awesome. That's great. I need the time. How long did that take? How long did that take me? Me, put it up. Alright, where is my notes? Alright, so now that we're at the Divine Tower, I am going to just get this as of right now. Once we get Moog, Lord of Blood, I will end up coming back for the Great Ruin for both of them. I don't remember offhand what Moog's is. I'll cover that later in life when we get to Moog, Lord of Blood. But Morgott's, as of right now, is just simply a massive increase in HP. So if you want a higher health bar, you are welcome to just get that. Honestly, though, like, the best one is the one we already got. That's Godrick's Great Rune. Like, it's just unbelievably better. Like, it's just unbelievably better. Alright, let's see. Start from the Forbidden Lands Grace. Now we want to turn around as we have an item over here. Nice little drawstring grease. And then we want to head north, as we will run into some vulgar militia, which you can already see on screen. I believe there's 3 of them. And then there should be an item up past that big jaw. On the right, there should be the item. Alright, so there's number 2. Whoo! Dodging swipes like a ninja. Oh god. Alright. Well, that was fun. Man, they're just so tiny. They're just so tiny. Hard to hit sometimes with my swoopy weapons. Alright, so we head over here. And there is our item. Dragon wound grease. Something that I've never found that I've needed to use. Unless I'm fighting ancient dragons. But even then, nah. Nah. Not needed. I like the challenge of those dragons. Alright, so we kill those militia. Grab another item. And then we can carry on this direction. In here we have another one. Well, that was a very gentle way of getting off torrent. Got him. Now we want to head this way. Let me see. Is there anything on that pillar? Nope. Just kind of head north. Until we... Or is there? Hang on. Lying flat. Oh, that's the curved pillar. Nope, we already done that one. So now we just run across this midsection. There is a ton of poison on this pillar. So when you just get on it, just kind of get off of it as quickly as you can to avoid it all. And then we want to just kill our militia that are on the other side. Alright, there we go. Now, eventually we will come back for a Knights Cavalry fight that is in this little area. But we don't need to do that right this minute. Let's clear the area first, get all the items we want, and then we will come back. Now, this dude is trying to lure you into a trap. There's a Volga militia right up there, and there's about 2 more as well that are hidden. So we want to kind of run this way just to aggro them a little bit. So we can take them out before they all gank up on us and make things way harder than it needs to be. Now, the reason we wanted to do that is because there's a lot more healing scarabs over here. So if you ended up needing to heal a lot, just make sure you get to full health afterwards. And then you can fight these ones right here. And you should get right back to max health and max heals. Now, as we come closer towards the north, there should just be one enemy right up here. And then you can see another golden seed. If for some reason you have been following my playthrough fully every episode, you should already have max flasks already. So these golden seeds are really for nothing. They're really just for nothing. So it's kind of like for you if you want to make a second run and you just... looking for all of the flasks, not necessarily as early as possible, but like the best route for you to go through the game. That's kind of why I'm showing you all of this stuff as well. So now we just want to head up northeast. Eventually we will run into a gargoyle boss fight, which should just be right up here as we get towards the stairs. So this is the one that will do a little bit of holy magic as well. So when you see red coming around him, that'll be what does that extra damage, kind of like a mallet. That is a lot of damage. His axe swings are ridiculously strong as well, so just be on the lookout for that. Wow, no staggers. I'm surprised. I was assuming I was going to get a stagger from that big boy. Alright, now, if you beat him, but it took a lot of heals, make sure you go up top and you get your grace that's in that staircase, and then just come down this way for an item past these vulgar militia. If you want to kill them, you can. If not, not. We've grabbed pretty much everything. We're not going to take the lift yet. What we're going to do is go backwards, and we're going to end up going to fight that knight's cavalry, as there's no real items on the staircase or anything, just a finger reader crone if you wanted to talk to her. So that's pretty much it, honestly. But let's level up, and then we will go mess with that knight's cavalry. Alright, make sure you pass time tonight, and then we will get to it. So for this, since we've grabbed all of the items in the area, honestly just hop on Torrent and make your way downtown walking fast and you're homebound. Alright, let's see. Where is this knight's cavalry boss at? I believe it is right here. I would say right before the jump. Wow, this is the best spot I think I've ever had him stay. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was fun. That was insanely fast. But then we get the really cool Ash of War Phantom Slice. That is kind of like what Melania's second phase attacks are, where the Phantom leads first and then we follow second. That's pretty much what the move is. It's really, really cool. I like it. It is anime as heck. Anime as all heck. All heck. Heck. There we go. You gotta really emphasize the yuck in heck. Alright, so now we run up to the Grand Lift of Rold and we just hoist the medallion, as this will take us to the Mountaintop of Giants. Such a very complicated scene for the elevator rising. I do wish we had different cutscenes for different elevators, though. But literally all the elevators have the exact same thing. It's a bummer. And like, hoist the secret medallion for the Halig tree, you still have the exact same cutscene going up. Like, I would have loved for it to be like going down instead of going up, but it shows you going up. Which is a bummer. But we'll be getting to the Halig tree here in a few episodes. My plan of attack is to do a little bit more of the Mountaintop of Giants, since we finally just reached it. And then we're going to go into a catacomb, and we'll probably end it just after we cross a great stone bridge. And then we'll move into, most likely, the rest of the Mountaintop of Giants, Consecrated Snowfield, then the Halig tree, and then we'll get to the very end of the game as well. Alright, so we grab our map piece, Mountaintop of Giants West, and then right over here, oh, I almost ran right off the edge. That would have been bad. But right over here we have our Grace for the Zamor ruins, and then we have our Iron Casa and the Ronin's Attire. So, this is where Shabriri will be if you are somebody who does not follow the Three Fingers, or did not follow the Three Fingers path up to this point. He'll be here inhabiting Yura's body, and he'll tell you that if you don't want to kill the maiden, or sacrifice the maiden to burn the Erd tree, you should sacrifice yourself. So in doing so, you gotta go underneath Leydnell and find the Three Fingers. So it's pretty interesting how they have a character do that. You can still kill that character to get the armor set. So if you don't have them just laying here because you went to the fingers, he will be there and he'll just try to taunt you a little bit as well. But now what we're gonna do is we're going to basically circle these ruins. There really isn't anything super crazy here, but there is something valuable. But we want to grab that after we head this way. So when we get to the top, there's going to be a birdie. And we're going to, hi-ya, kill the birdie. Ooh, did I check this way on my walkthrough? I don't think I did on my walkthrough prep. I doubt there's anything over here. Yeah, that's what I thought. But now you can see like the catacombs statue over there. But we actually wanted to come this way for this dude. What we are looking for is... Ooh, I don't think I have any arrows on this character. I forgot to buy more. Do I have kukri or knives? Ooh, I do. Yeet! And then we want to go down. Oh. And boom, we get our Somber 7. So now we want to head southwest, or I should say towards the west, and we want to pick up pretty much every item we see. There isn't a ton of items in these ruins, but there are some Zamora warriors, which they do hit pretty hard. Main thing we were looking for, though, is this, the Zamora Ice Storm, which is pretty useful. And then we want to look for this staircase as well, as this staircase leads to our Smithing Stone bell bearing, which allows us to purchase the next 2 stones that we need. Alright, then, from here, we're going to head out. I want to just run through the rest of the ruins real quick, make sure I get all the items. Which, again, not a huge amount of items in here. I think I got pretty much everything, honestly. There might be like 1 item left that I'm missing. Let me see. That's where I came from. No, there's nothing over here but flowers. Oh, yeah, that's right. We gotta go up this way. I believe we gotta go up this way so we can see the last item or 2 that we need. And yes, it does trigger another bird, as you probably heard. Oh, birdie didn't see me. Cool. Alright, is there something else up here? I could have swore there's something else up here. I thought I wrote it down. Oh, well. Guess not. So we're just going to head east. If you want to reset the level, you definitely can. All we are just going to do is ride to the east, and we're going to wrap around. There will just be a couple birds that'll fall down as well, because now we're going to head to a catacomb. So farther to the east we go, we should eventually come to a turn. Then we'll probably have another bird that will come down eventually to fight us. I guess not. So let's grab our smoldering butterfly. And then when we do this, I believe we just have those 2 items down there to grab before we run to a catacombs. So instead of going down the middle, which where we're going to alert all of those guys first, we want to actually come this way and then fall down to grab a really cool spell, Brairs of Punishment. And then we got an Arteria Leaf. And then we want to go down this way to the southeast as we near a very long catacombs. Alright, so let's rest here. As you can see, this is another one that contains Deathroot. And I think we only have this one in 1 more spot, and then we have all of the Deathroot in the game, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Got my walkthrough prep caught up to the right spot. Now we're going to head down the path till we get to the first room. There will be an imp hanging from the ceiling that we can see. He will most likely drop. And then there will also be more imps or an imp ambush in here as well. Got him. Grab the Glovewart 7, and then we are going to turn down this hallway. Can't remember. Does this one have more imps? What does my walkthrough say? Oh, yep. 2 more imps. One is across the room, one drops down. Wow, what a hit. That was awesome. Thank God that dude chose to be a passive. If he was mad at me, like really mad, I'd be dead right now. Alright, so we want to run the corner. And then we want to go down this elevator. So once we get to the bottom, there is another elevator underneath that we want to take that leads to a side path and eventually a dead end. So we do want to go this way first. We do have to wait for this bottom part to get all the way up. As you see, we can't drop all the way down. We will die. So we just gotta wait. Alright, then we're going to head in here for an imp and a watchdog. Oops. Alright, there's our watchdog. Ow. Dude, how many more jumps are you going to do? Just keep running. Just keep running. There we go. You hit hard. I might die. Strength builds love this place. Because they have such easy enemies to kill and stagger. No! Oh, come on, game. As I was saying, strength builds have such an easy time in this level because those things would stagger so very, very fast. And we have 2 of them to kill while we are down here. Very grateful that we had to stake America, though. Alright, I want my money first. Huzzah! Ooh. Hey, that's not allowed. Wow, I'm dumb. This is much nicer RNG, though. Not gonna lie. The big jumps are very annoying. Oh, I might die. Woo! Okay, good. I got it. I got it. I got it. He likes to hit me. I got it. He likes to hit me. Ah. I got it. I got it, dude. I got it. You like to hit. You don't need to be that annoying. Ugh. Alright, now we need another bow or just kukri. Yeet it down there to get that tower to fall. As we have a little section right here that's kind of tough. If you do dodge through, you'll probably hit the button. So make sure you get out of the way. Now down here there will be another ambush of imps for the Glovewart. Again, if you want, you can just kind of lure them into the trap. Really? How is that one still alive? Oh. Nuisances. Alright, so let's grab that. And then we are going to head back down the pathway. Take a left. Nobody in here, but you can see there is another tower or pillar that we want to go do. So we got to hit that thing with a kukri. Well, that's not right. Kukri. There we go. And then we got another watchdog. But before we get to the watchdog, we want to actually spam attacks in here to kill an imp and grab more Glovewart. Now in here there is just a watchdog and a chest, so make sure you try your best to kill the watchdog as fast as you can. Oh no. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Thank goodness the pillar did not pose much of a threat. But we come down this way to get a fire monk ashes, and now we can just head all the way back to where we were in the elevator and go back up to the top. I am probably going to rest at the Grace because that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, a lot of heals. I was not expecting to get hit that much fighting those dudes, but that's fine. Alright, so we want to hop in here. There is nothing underneath. What? Okay. Okay. I guess I was dumb. I don't know. I'm just glad it didn't kill me, honestly. Well, let's try that again. With, you know, a little more brain power. Alright, so now to get back to the Grace, again, we want to lower that little gazebo elevator. Wait for it to come all the way down. Then we want to go all the way back up. We'll have to kill all those imps again. Alright, so we just head down the only path we can take until we get to our Grace. What the? What? Alright, well. Oh, that's right, I died. I forgot. I forgot. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to be at the Grace here. Beauty. Alright, not enough to level up, so let's go run through the level again. Again, we got an imp in here. And we want to turn this way. Hopefully that imp will not follow us. If it does, oh well. Why lock on to that one when this one was staring me in the face? I don't understand, game. I don't understand sometimes what you choose to lock onto. Alright, so when we get to the bottom, we are only going to send this back up again just in case we do die. That way we don't have to wait for the elevator again. So now once we are here, we come and take a left. There should be a couple imps in here as well that you can see that are throwing magic pots. Really? There we go. Alright, what shiny did you give me? The imp head cat, huh? Interesting. Alright, then we take the elevator down. Alright. Then, when we come out this way, you will see a bunch of little pots, or pot enemies here. This is right where we want to go for the lever. The floor right above us. So try to remember for the floor that doesn't have any corners, as that's what we're looking for because the statue is above us. So when we get in here, as you can see, we got a big pot enemy that's going to come out and fight us. One of the jars. Then we got some smaller jar enemies in here as well. Some of them do explode. So be prepared. That one break. Still alive. 1 HP in a dream. Alright, we got one more enemy here. That's what I was looking for. And then from here, I believe we want to head up these steps. As we took the elevator down to get to this little section. Alright, so we got a button there that I just narrowly avoided, so pay attention to that. And then up in here, we have these jar enemies. The smoking ones like this will go boom, obviously. So we kind of want to lure them out so they can end up getting blown up as they run to us. I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Alright, so in here we have another trap with a small enemy, and I believe there should be a bigger enemy too. Oh, nope, I'm thinking later in the level. That's fine. Next, we want to come up this way, as we'll get into a room with these little balloon enemies. You can kill them if you want, but honestly, they're not harming a fly. They're not harming a soul. Not worth it. Just keep running. Then in here we have some jar enemies. Wow. Okay. Whiff. And we got another big boy in here somewhere. Yep. Good move, sir. One easy way to kill this dude without getting hit too is when you kill these dudes, wait for him to come out, so then you just step on the button and then he gets obliterated as well. That's if you don't want to fight him, so just keep that in mind. But we want to run in here. I believe there is a ritual pot at the end and another Glovewart. And then we want to head into this little crevice here to fall down to the bottom platform. So this is around where we were before, but on another little section of it. Let's see, where am I at? Fall down the hole, grab the item to a new room, fall down, killing all the pots. So these dudes will most likely... No way! No! Oh my god! Why did I do that? And we're back. Alright, let's not do something dumb this time, Logan. Take your time, buddy. There we go. That's one. There should be a couple more. And we got these bad boys over here. Well, that was just rude, but okay. We did it. We did it. Alright, so now that we drop down, which way do we need to go? Alright, I think the stairs is where we want to go. Yes, make sure you watch out for the button again. Then we get to the top, and we should have... Wait, what? Oh, yes, that's right. That is right. We want to actually do these guys like this. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Yep, I deserved that. I deserved it. Then we got big boy. Alright, then we run up top here. This time we should have normal size balloon dudes with a redonkulously big one. And now when we get up here, we should have another room with pots. This time the arrows will be fired from behind us. And now he is dead. After that, we could come in here to grab the item he drops and grab some Glovewart. And now we're going to head this way for another drop down. Now, this one has multiple layers. You are not going to be able to do that little section because that's where we came from earlier. So you can see we've been here before. That's the way we went. I believe we want to go up the elevator this time, right? Yes. I believe we want to hit the elevator. Ah, yep. And then boom, here we are. So there should be a big jar enemy right here. Try not to fall off the ledge, as we want to stay on this platform to get to our lever. There will be a couple of enemies, if I remember correctly, over here. Up on this level. Oh, maybe not. But now we got our lever for the boss door. So from here, gotta remember, which way did we go? Is it to the right? Yes. We want to head back to the boss room. Alright, so probably not a bad idea to go heal or rest beforehand, especially if you're like me who died a bunch, lost a bunch of health. It would not be a bad idea at all. The boss fight is just the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Nothing crazy, nothing difficult. It's something we fought many, many times. Actually, you know what? I'm confident in my abilities. Let's just mess this dude up. But again, if you need to go rest, just keep moving that way, and you'll be perfectly fine. Just follow the path back up to our grace. Now, use your flask, walk in, and then we get to fight our next Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Wonder how fast this will go. That is some hefty damage. There's the bleed proc. That's fine. Take your time. And that was it. That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. So we get the golden seed, and then we get a Glovewart bell bearing as well. And then we want to grab our chest, which has our Deathroot inside. So, word of advice, before you cross the bridge and you could potentially get knocked off by a giant golem, it'd be smart to make sure you level up before you go that way so you don't have to try to do some tricky platforming with a full level on you. So now what we're just going to do is hop on Torrent. We're going to cross this incredible bridge. I absolutely love this bridge. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some fancy bridges in this game, but this one I think is my favorite. Because it just does such good storytelling. Like, give you the idea of what's going on here. Like, where you are heading. It's really cool. I like it a lot. We get to go over here for a Lost Ashes of War. Then we come this direction. Continuing down the path for a couple of ways to hide from danger. And then we keep coming this way for a jump to an item. And then he's probably going to shoot us. Oh, he got me right out of the air. What an impressive shot, dude. That was awesome. Alright, let's heal up. And then we're going to go mess up a golem. Whoops. Really? There we go. Okay. Alright. Good job, me. Nice. Got some great arrows. Now we can run around this little rock to grab some runes. And then we got a beetle to kill for a Somber 8. Alright, once you kill the beetle, we are heading northeast up this little pillar as it gets us to a grace that is just going to be right on our left. And then you can also see we got Milicent. Talk to Milicent to find out what in the heck she's doing.
To think we'd meet in such a place. What could your purpose possibly... No. I know well enough who you are. And what I know is good enough for me. Call upon me again. In battle. Should you have the need. I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Halig tree. Indeed. I believe that is where Malenia will be found. The Halig tree is hidden somewhere in these northern lands. I'm searching for I heard them.
Alright, so she basically gives you, or drops the bomb that says, hey, you have almost a little bit left of your journey. All you gotta do is go to Castle Sol, which is up here. And then you can end up getting the medallion for the Halig tree. You just bring it back to your Grand Lift of Rold, and then you get to go into the consecrated snowfield area. We are not going to do that yet. What we are going to do, actually, is probably not necessarily end the episode here, but we're going to go talk to Gurranq, and we're going to get a couple more spells and incantations, and then we're probably going to end the episode there. Just because the next episode really dives into the Mountaintop of Giants. It's not necessarily the Forbidden Lands anymore. So, I want to make sure we get all this done.
My thanks tarnished. Death, my sin, should not be touched by the hand of man. I shall grant thee my claws. Feed me more.
And we get some really cool weapons for a beast build. Now, I believe there's only one more left. One more Deathroot left, which we will get either in the next episode or the one after, so we can get all of Gurranq's dialogue options out of the way. I think there's only one or two more. He does have another part of the quest. Let's actually see if I can do his quest line. See if I can do it really quick. It's pastime until nightfall. And we'll see if he's still here. Yes, he is. Alright, let's just warp right back. Because every now and again, he will disappear. I'm just not sure when. Nope, he's still there. That's fine. Let's talk to him one more time, see what he's got to say. Nope, that's it. Alright. Well, that's a bummer. But we have pretty much done everything that we have needed to up to this point. We are going to start from that grace we just warped to. I don't even know what it's called. What is it called? Ancient Snow Valley Ruins. That's what it's called. Okay, so we are going to start from this grace in the next episode. Most likely what we're going to do is we are going to search through or make our way towards Castle Sol. Once we get Castle Sol accomplished, we're going to make our way towards the Fire Giant, but we are not going to do the Fire Giant yet. We are then going to go back to the Grand Lift of Rold, and we're going to actually make our way through the consecrated snowfield. So we'll do both of these two sections together. Then we will end up finishing with the Fire Giant. Once we finish the Fire Giant, and because we've got all the snow areas left, we'll only have two places to go then. One will be the Halig Tree, one will be Farum Azula. So that is kind of the plan for the next few episodes. As I imagine, the next episode's probably going to be split into 2 parts because the Mountaintop of Giants and the Consecrated Snowfield are just incredibly massive areas. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, again, make sure you do click that like button as it does help me out a lot. If you are somebody who has been noticing that my videos have been popping up, you've been watching them to help you find different items, different things throughout the game, make sure you guys subscribe as well, as I have a ton more Elden Ring content coming your way. I've decided once we get through the base game, we will be going through the DLC, the Shadow of the Erdtree, right away, just to get that done with, and then we'll move into some other different creative things within Elden Ring itself, like build crafting. Might dive in a little bit to the lore and try to build up some different characters that we may have known or have seen or have heard of throughout the game, just to see how good their builds are and a couple other things like that. So if you like the video, again, make sure you like the actual video itself and subscribe for more Elden Ring and From Software content, as that is generally my focus and area of expertise. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.